there is a part and an evolution in any team's journey that you win dirty, ugly, close matches. And arguably, England have done that twice now in 2 weeks. What does that do for their progression?
There is an important thing about this winning momentum and getting that understanding that you're capable of it and that you can start to expect it a little bit. But at the same time, there's a big lesson there with regard to getting 2 scores ahead, managing the game a bit more so that you spend more time doing what you want to be doing during it. You know, I'm not sure England necessarily wanted to be playing that way, but they had to. But how do you find yourself doing more of what you want to do, getting the players you want in the game? And also, how do you get that buffer? When it is ugly, you make it more comfortably ugly with that 2 score. How do you manufacture those opportunities? Because we certainly were dominating enough to get a lot of penalties in that second half.
Maro Itoje then will be showing off the Calcutta Cup to the majority of the crowd who'll be thrilled by that. But Johnny Beattie, the Scots here will be so frustrated. It's the harsh reality of professional sport. Did England win that, or did Scotland lose that? They had 3 shots at goal and didn't nail any of them, and one of them would have won them the game.
I think that's one that's gotten away from us. And we'll talk about the goal kick in a second, but the discipline, the allowing England easily out of their third. We had scrum penalties, pulling down at line out. We just gave them easy access, and it was all too easy. So, I mean, England, again, back-to-back 2 wins, but they didn't have to play outstanding rugby to get there, and I think that's the frustration for Scotland. In the first half, they pegged England back, they dominated possession, and they executed, they fired some shots. Ultimately, in the second half, we maybe saw 1 or 2 periods of multi-phase where we really stressed England. Fantastic try, but it just wasn't enough and wasn't to be, so huge frustration.
Johnny, you have the masters in this, the PhD, the whole lot with goal kicking when it matters. What would your assessment be of that kick and Finn Russell's 3 kicks today?
Do you know, I have a master's in missing as well, believe me. Just thankfully people don't remember enough of those. But it's so tough. All you can do is, in all of these things, is just go away and take what feels like the lesson and just go again and go again. And you know, he didn't miss by much. That looked like a very good strike, that last one. I think he probably would have felt as he hit it like this one's got a good shot of going over. But you know, it just, those are going to be deciding factors. But as Johnny said, that's not it. That's not how this game works, and that's not how that game worked. I think both teams had an opportunity to win that without relying on goal kickers, and there would be big lessons to learn for both.
Tuan van der Merwe, the player of the match, the Guinness player of the match. Here he is with Topsy.
Tuan, an enthralling encounter that Scotland unfortunately just fell short of. What are your thoughts on the performance today?
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of opportunities in that first half. We probably didn't take all our opportunities, and you know, fair play to England's defence the first half. They kept us out, and you know, coming into the second half, we had belief that we can win this game. You know, this is not an easy place to come to and win.
First half, tactically, you looked like you had England on the ropes. What changed in the second half that meant you weren't quite able to execute the plan as well?
Like I said, I thought their defence was really, really good. We probably didn't have enough ball in the second half. They had a wee bit more ball second half. And like I said, you know, you have to give credit to them. They kept us out, so you know, fair play to them.
The penalty count seemed to go against you as well in the second half, at least 10. And of course as well, your red zone entries maybe not as accurate as you wanted to be.
Yeah, you know, there was a few opportunities where we slipped up, you know, there with the line out over there, a drop ball, and you know, they were applying real pressure at the breakdown, and they were getting the ball there, and yeah, so fair play to them.
Well, an unusual circumstance for you, but it's your 3rd Calcutta Man of the Match in a row, and you are today's Guinness Men's Six Nations Player of the Match. Congratulations, but commiserations.
Thank you so much.
And he says, can I swap it for a win, please? That's obviously, of course, it's a team game. How do you explain the lack of discipline? Because as you said in the second half, it really punctured any Scottish momentum.
I honestly can't tell you.
It's and I don't think you ever can as a player.
No, but again, Gregor spoke ahead of the game about being cool, collective, being precise in what we're doing. But it just shows you, foot off the gas, 2 or 3 errors, and you allow England easy exits out their 22, and the game's actually shifted up the field. Scotland were good when they held onto ball, when the middle of the field was accurate, and when they managed to fire shots. They got 12, 22 entries, 3 tries, but in that second period, 9 pens. Just meant you're always on the back foot. Any momentum you generated, the win's taken away from you. It was just too much, too tall a task.
What have England learned from the last 2 wins? They could have lost both. They haven't. We're not damning them with faint praise. There's an art to winning a close game. What have they learned from the French wins and today?
You want to create winning as a habit, and they're certainly on their pathway to doing that. you do want it to be a bit more convincing. We know how that France game could have gone, and there was a sneaky suspicion it could have gone the other way. We've been outscored 3-1 at home, so there are work-ons, but those work-ons feel so much better off the back of the win. As this team, lovely moments there, Henry Slade with his kids on the pitch, it's brilliant to be able to start putting those building blocks in place. Are they where they want to be? Not exactly, but I tell you what, when you've not had the Calcutta Cup for over 4 years, you'll be feeling pretty good right now.
Maro Itoje has just lifted it as England captain. Here he is with Topsy.
Well, Maro, it's been 5 long years for England fans, but you finally get your hands back on the Calcutta Cup. Dramatic ending, but how happy are you with the performance and the win?
Yeah, to be honest, the performance was a little bit mixed. We probably didn't exit as well as we wanted. Like, I don't know what the territory map, but I'm pretty sure Scotland played a lot in our half. We didn't quite exit the way we wanted, but one thing we did do was fight. We scrapped. I thought we ran hard for one another. There is loads for us to get better at, but we are delighted to win. We're very happy to win.
What do you think changed from first half to second half? First half, it seems Scotland maybe had the advantage, territory possession. Second half, England started to show more of themselves.
I would actually say it was the first half and second half. We still didn't probably play as much as we did. I don't know the stats, but I'm pretty sure Scotland played more in our half than we did in theirs in the second half as well. So yeah, that's to work on. But one thing about us, we've been more clinical than we have been in the past. Once we get into the opposition half, there's a feeling that we're going to score when we get into the opposition half. So we just need to find ways to spend more time there. Then I think we're going to execute more.
Great moment for Finn Smith with his family, as we've been saying, who are proudly Scottish of birth. What a kick from him, Johnny, to make it 16-10. He nailed that one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he's playing himself into a Lions jersey at the moment. He really is. Man of the match against France. I thought his level of control, and Maro referenced it, they're on the back foot a lot of the time, but he's having big moments in these massive matches, and effectively, that was the turning point, that was the difference.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Thank you very much, everybody. Still lots to play for Scotland. They've still got to go to Paris as well. Wales and England will be back here in a couple of weeks with the Italy game. So thank you, everybody, for now. And tomorrow then, Jill Douglas on duty, 2:15 here, ITV1 and STV for more.